Ecological Solid Waste Management Act, environmental protection through proper solid waste practice. Waste mismanagement has serious environmental effects, making the passage of the Republic Act RA 9003 or the Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000 a landmark environmental legislation in the Philippines. The law was crafted in response to the looming garbage problems in the country. RA 9003 declares the policy of the state in adopting a systematic, comprehensive, and ecological solid waste management program that ensures the protection of public health and environment and the proper segregation, collection, transport, storage, treatment, and disposal of solid waste through the formulation and adoption of best environmental practices. Moreover, it illustrates the potentials and benefits of recycling not only in the addressing waste management problems but also in alleviating poverty. RA 903 was passed by the Philippine Congress on December 20, 2000 and was subsequently approved by the Office of the President on January 26, 2001. It contains 7 chapters subdivided into 66 sections setting out policy direction for an effective solid waste management program in the country. Ecological Solid Waste Management Act of 2000 RA 9003 describes solid waste management as a discipline associated with the control of generation, storage, collection, transfer and transport, processing, and disposal of solid waste. The manner by which these activities are conducted shall be in accord with the best principles of public health, economics, engineering, conservation, aesthetics, other environmental considerations, and public attitudes. The Act provides for a comprehensive ecological solid waste management program by creating the necessary institutional mechanism and incentives, appropriating funds, declaring certain acts prohibited, and providing penalties. The institutional mechanism. The establishment of a National Solid Waste Management Commission or NSWMC and Solid Waste Management Board or the SWMB in each local government unit or the LGU is mandated by RA 9003 to be represented by public officials in their ex officio capacity and the private sector. The Commission shall serve as the coordinating body and likewise develop and implement the National Solid Waste Management Framework. The SWMB, on the other hand, is directed to formulate a 10-year local ecological solid waste management plans instituting an effective and sustainable solid waste management plan with primary emphasis on implementation of all feasible reuse, recycling, and composting programs. This is pursuant to relevant provisions under RA 7160 or the Local Government Code. Here's the Comprehensive Solid Waste Management, Waste Characterization and Segregation. The solid waste generated within the area of jurisdiction shall be characterized for the initial source, reduction, and recycling element of the local waste management plan. A separate container is required for each type of waste for on-site collection properly marked as compostable, non-recyclable, recyclable, or special waste. Waste segregation shall primarily be conducted at the source, including household, commercial, industrial, and agricultural sources. Source reduction. This refers to the methods by which the LGUs can reduce a sufficient amount of solid waste disposal within 5 years. LGUs are expected to divert at least 25% of all solid waste from waste disposal facilities through reuse, recycling, and composting activities. The rate of waste diversion is set to increase every 3 years. Collection and transport of solid waste. The geographic subdivisions are taken into account in the coverage of the solid waste collection area in every barangay, ensuring 100% collection efficiency within 24 hours from all sources. The plan shall define and identify specific strategies and activities, taking into account the availability and provision of properly designed containers in selected collection points while awaiting collection and transfer segregation of different types of waste, hauling and transfer of solid waste from collection point to final disposal sites, issuance and enforcement of ordinances for effective implementation, and provision of properly trained officers and workers. All personnel directly dealing with collection of solid waste must be equipped with personal protective gears for their protection. Recycling Program. The Department of Trade and Industry, or the DTI, in coordination with the other concerned agencies, is directed to publish an inventory of existing markets for recyclable materials, product standards for recyclable and recycled materials, and a proposal to stimulate demand for the production of recycled materials and products. Moreover, a coding system for eco-labeling is expected from DTI. Non-environmentally acceptable products shall be allowed within 1 year after public notice as alternatives, available to consumers but at cost not exceeding 10% of the disposal product. The use of non-environmentally acceptable packaging is strictly prohibited by the Act. LGUs are mandated to establish Materials Recovery Facility, or MRF, in each barangay or cluster of barangays designed to receive, sort, process, and store compostable and recyclable materials efficiently. The residual waste shall then be transferred to a long-term storage or disposal facility or sanitary landfill. All solid waste disposal facilities or sites in the country shall be published by the Department of Natural Environment and Natural Resources, or the DANR. No open dumps nor any practice or disposal of solid waste that constitutes open dumps for solid waste shall be allowed. The Act further provides for conservation of existing open dams to controlled dams within 3 years. Composting. The Department of Agriculture, the DA, shall publish an inventory of existing markets and demands for compost that is updated annually. This compost intended for commercial distribution should conform to the standards set by the DA.
Local government solid waste management. To encourage and facilitate the development of local plans, NSWMC is mandated to publish guidelines for identification of areas with common waste management problem and appropriate unit for clustering solid waste management services. This is to reinforce provision of the local government code for all provinces, cities, municipalities, and barangay to consolidate or coordinate effort, service, and resources to establish common waste treatment and disposable facilities. Incentive scheme. Incentive scheme is pursuant to Optimus Investment Code is provided by the Act to encourage participation of individual private organization entities including non-government organization developing outstanding and innovative project, technologies, processes, and technique or activities in reuse, recycling, and reduction. This includes 10 years tax and duty, exemption of imported capital equipment, vehicle, legacies, gift, and donation use for collection of solid waste and tax credits, equivalent to 50% of national internal revenue, taxes, and custom duties. Non-fiscal incentives are granted to business and industries engaged in recycling of waste in form of simplified procedures for import of equipment, spare parts, new materials and supplies, and for the export of processed products. Other form of incentive includes extension of financial service to individual enterprise or private entities engaged in solid waste management and grant entitlement to outstanding LGUs. Those LGUs who host common waste management facilities can request receive incentives. Penal provision. Chapter 6 provides a comprehensive list of prohibited acts including 1. Literal throwing, dumping of waste management in public places. 2. Undertaking activities in violation of sanitation operation. 3. Open burning of solid waste. 4. Causing non-segregate waste. 5. Squatting in open dumps and landfall. 6. Open dumping, burying of biodegradable materials in food-prone area. 7. Unauthorized removal of recyclable materials. 8. Mixing of separated recyclable materials with other solid waste. 9. Establish of operation of open dumps. 10. Manufacturing, distribution, routing, using of important consumer products that are non-environmentally friendly materials. 11. Importing toxic waste misrepresent as recyclable or with recyclable content. 12. Transporting a dumpling in bulk and area other than faculty centers. 13. Site preparation, construction, exposing or operation of waste management facilities without or environmental compliance certificate and non-conforming with the land use plan of LGUs. 14. Construction of established within 200 meters from dump state of sanitary landfall. And 15. Operation of waste disposal facility of any aquarium groundwater reservoir of watershed area. Financing solid waste management. The Act provides a special account in the National Treasury called the Solid Waste Management Fund. This will be sourced from fines and penalties imposed proceeds of permits and license donation, grant and contribute amount allocated under the annual general appropriate act. The fund will be utilized to finance product facilities, technologies, and process that would enhance proper solid waste management onwards and incentives, research program, informing education, communication, and monitoring activities, technical assistance, and capability building activities. Conclusion. Women activities contribute significantly in waste management. Recognizing the effect of improper management, garbage crisis can be prevented by practicing waste characterization and segregation of source, proper collection and transfer, recycling, and composting as mandated by the law.